We're going to grab some expanding foam and an old trash can. Now take that lid, drill some holes in the bottom and turn it upside down, and then we're going to use some zip ties to hold it in place. We're going to take that lid upside down and just go ahead and start putting that foam everywhere and anywhere you can, and cover everything you can, including the bottom. Once you get all of this covered, you're going to let that dry so it can get expanded up as much as possible. Now it's time for that second can. We're going to put about half of it down, and then we're going to grab a couple of Dollar Tree skulls and a couple of hands. We're going to need these to place inside the trash can with the expanding foam. Now use the last of your can to go around your objects. Once we get all that expanding foam on there, we're going to work on the edges a little bit and the bottom, make it look like it's spilling over. Once we get that and it dries, we need to cover up our little items here because we've got to paint this foam. I took some neon green spray paint and went ahead and covered it and started spraying everywhere. We're going to get that on there and pull it off and put some other decals also. Take the last of that neon green, just give some light squirts right on the top of the barrel, set it in place, and it's ready to go. It's going to greet all those trick-or-treaters that come up to your front of the house. It's Dollar Tree time to grab some fluorofoam. And look, oh, these spooky eyeballs are perfect. Let's go ahead and grab some of these old bones here. Let's go ahead and grab painted cauldron on the bottom, flip it over, and we're going to put some glue, good adhesive on the bottom. While it's drying, I need some hot glue to hold it in place. We're going to go ahead and flip that back over. Remember that fluorofoam? We're going to take 1 1/4 inch pipe, and we're going to just push it right through the middle. It just pops right through. Again, taking the same adhesive that we used before, put it in the corners. We're going to do this with 2 of these fluorofoams, and then take that pipe, stick it right in the middle. Grab some green fairy lights. Take 2 clear cups. We're going to take the fairy lights and put them all around the cup, and then place it right inside the next one. Take those eye bulbs, drill a little hole in the back, and we're going to take the fairy lights and put 1 light in each of these light bulbs. Next, the battery pack for the fairy lights, we're going to hot glue. Next, it's expanding foam. Go ahead and just put that everywhere and anywhere. We're going to stick our little spider there. It's going to adhere really good. Now, take that cup with the lights, put it right there. We're going to place some of these eyeballs, but I'm going to put some more fluorofoam in there. That's a good filler, so I don't have to use a lot of expanding foam. Put it all around the edge, and let's fill her back up. Remember those eyeballs? Let's put them in place. They're random, and we're going to put some of these bones in place too. I got little 8-inch cauldrons. On the bottom of these plastic bowls, we need to cut out a 1-inch hole for our pipe. Next, we're going to do is put 2 little drill holes on the sides. I got a 1-inch pipe right here. I painted the top. Remember that base? It slides right in there. Take that hole in the cauldron, and you're going to place it right on top of the pipe. And down it goes. Take some zip ties and you're going to pull one side through. You're going to do that with all 3 after you cut that excess off. It's time for more lights too. We're going to take these fairy lights and put them on there and glue this on the back of that cauldron. Next, we're going to take some foam and just start filling up all of these little cauldrons. Doesn't that look great? But as night comes, watch this. Voila. And remember that cup? We're going to fill it with water and put some dry ice in there. Look at that. You just created a witch's cauldron.
You're going to need a garbage bag, a tomato cage, and a pumpkin pail. I'm going to start by placing the tomato cage upside down. Next, I want to squeeze the ends in. Next, I'm going to take a pumpkin pail and place it upside down. I've got my outdoor garbage bag. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to place it over the top. I've got some twine. I'm going to go ahead and tie this. So I have a yard of tulle, and I'm going to place a bucket on top of the tulle and stuff the tulle into the bucket. So I'm going to place some hot glue onto the top, and next I'm placing the pumpkin bucket. I'm going to place a battery operated light inside the bucket. Next I have a witch hat. I've placed the tomato cage upside down over a lantern. You could easily use stakes or something else to help stabilize these. And what I have here is a garbage bag, and I'm cutting down the center of it. I'm going to go ahead and cut on one side of that, and I am going to go ahead on one end and I'm going to make a little knot. So I'm going to place a little hot glue right here on the back, and then I'm going to place the plastic strip that I cut on the back here. And then what we're going to do is place another dab of hot glue and then attach it like so. Now, as the trick-or-treaters come walking in, they will walk between all of the witches on the way to the front door to trick-or-treat.
We're going to start this project with a lot of room and some saran wrap. I'm essentially going to place the saran wrap around the top of my thigh, and I'm going to make my way around a couple of layers. I'm going to keep moving all the way down my leg to my heel, and then we're going to make sure that everything is smoothed out, and I'm just ripping it off. Now, like the saran wrap, we're going to be going around down my leg towards my heel with our duct tape. So now that I've covered my entire left leg, we're going to cut off the saran wrap. I'm going to be taking some scissors, and I'm actually going to be cutting up the side of my cast, and then we are going to carefully remove it. So we're going to take our silver duct tape and we are going to repair the tear and just like go over it. And then from there, we are going to start filling the leg up with stuffing and pool noodles. So now that my leg is fully stuffed, we are going to be taking orange duct tape to add to this. And we are going to slide this over the leg all the way up, and then we are going to be applying a shoe. I hope you feel inspired to try this witch leg Halloween project. It's perfect for outdoors. You could put it in a bush or in an urn.
You're going to need 2 laundry baskets. If you can't find black laundry baskets, you can paint them, and I'll be using Rust-Oleum black spray paint. Next, you're going to need a skeleton and place them inside. And we're going to take the other basket and place it on top. For this guy, what I've decided to use is hot glue. So I purchased some Halloween chain garland that we're going to use to help hang him. So I'm going to slide it onto a slat and hook it on like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So for this next version, you're going to need 2 dollar store trash cans and a skeleton from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to cut her little stretchy cord here. So I'm going to take the strings and I'm going to thread them up through the trash can. So I'm going to pull her up straight like this. Next, I'm going to make a little knot, and this will cause her to hang up straight. And I'm going to place the 2 trash cans on top of each other. I'll be using black paracord to adhere her together. Now, to hang her, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to loop it down through one of the holes and then work my way up through another hole. And then once I get it up, I'm going to just give it some extra length for hanging. And now I've created a way to hang it. Here they are hanging in our yard, and I'm so thrilled with how they turned out.
Head over to Dollar Tree, start by placing your tomato cage upside down on your yard, and tape the prongs together so they make a nice point. Grab your light strand, start at the top, wind the light strand around and around the tomato cage until you reach the bottom. Grab your rectangle tablecloth, spread it all out, and wrap this around the tomato cage. Cut off the excess. Grab your round tablecloth, fold it up like a cone, and cut off the extra from the bottom. Lay the circle tablecloth out onto the ground. Place the tomato cage on top of the circle tablecloth. Place your solar panel out so it gets plenty of sunlight. You've now created a giant witch hat, which lights up at night.